Good morning, it's Friendly Friday, everyone, and you know what that means. It's time for a cup of joe.
I want to be a cup of joe, the first sip in the morning.
In my last cup of joe, I was talking about splitting up my content. So I had this channel for minimalism and then maybe another channel talking about my faith and my personal journey and all that kind of stuff. Some of you thought that was a cool idea and said you'd follow me on the other channel. Some of you said, you know what? I think it makes more sense to keep it all together because it's integral. I think you guys are right. The fact that I try to live simply is really informed and motivated from my beliefs, from my faith. So I think you're right. It does kind of make sense to keep those all together. I was afraid of kind of alienating people, but you know what? The channel's called Shula's Show, right? You're going to get all the different facets of me. Dan Berger said, I started watching your videos because of the minimalism content. Now, a year and a half later, you were a part of my return to the Catholic Church. I think it would be a loss to separate your content. Oh my gosh, Dan, thank you so much for that comment. That is like so humbling to me. I'm so blessed to have been a part of your journey back to the church. If I in any way was instrumental in helping bring you back and you don't want me to separate my content, I'm keeping it together. Then I made a video talking about the uncomfortable topic of money and donating to my Patreon account. So I thought I would lighten the mood talking about getting rid of a pair of sandals that the heel was so thick that it just hurt my feet, and a prayer stool that I didn't really use. Debbie H says, God does not care about heels or no heels. Please. What I was saying, Debbie, is that it's physically bad for you to wear heels all the time, at least from what I've heard, that it's bad for your posture, it's bad for your ankles, it's bad for your feet. That's what I was trying to say. I was not trying to say you're like in deep mortal sin because you wear heels. Debbie also says the prayer stool could easily be a footstool. The first time I read this, I thought she said fool stool, and I was like, that's good. I like that, Debbie. Footstool works as well. It could easily be a footstool since God does not care at all about the posture of those who pray, right? God doesn't care in the way that he doesn't demand it. You know, there's nowhere that he has ever dictated you must kneel when you speak to me. But how we are physically informs ourselves mentally and spiritually. So when I'm kneeling, that completely changed the way I'm thinking. So I think you're right that he's not going to say, oh, well, you were praying, but you weren't kneeling, so I'm not going to answer your prayer. It's not that, it's that it helps us, the prayer. I think Rebecca Jane puts it perfectly. If God wanted us to have prayer stools, he wouldn't have given us knees. Amen to that, sister. Debbie says, what I am concerned about is honesty. To propose simplicity and a complicated studio all in the same message is not keeping it honest, is it? Okay, that was a joke. You guys know that, right? That was a joke. I was like, oh, we're going to get better lighting and better cameras, and then maybe we'll build a studio. And it's now, of course, I'm not going to build a studio. What would a minimalist studio look like? This, right? The lighting, the camera, the blank walls. That was a complete joke. No, I'm not going to build a studio anytime soon. I promise. Mary Grace Guild says, I want your prayer stool. Seriously, I was about to buy one. Mary Grace, it's so perfect. It's yours, it's yours, it's yours. Chav Evansdale says, I think a cool reward for Patreon is to let us ask you a question related to minimalism and you'll put a response into one of your videos. Chaz, you don't even understand. I was thinking the same thing. If you were thinking it and I was thinking it, I'm thinking we gotta make it a thing. Isn't that what you're thinking? You thinking what I'm thinking? So in my Whatever Wednesday video, I was talking about how we all have the superpower to zoom out and just like forget about it and not worry about our worries because in the end it doesn't matter. And I was locked out of my building that I was really needed to get into to teach a class. I was able to get in and I was like a machine plugging my USB drive into all those computers to get my files in there. So it all worked out. A lot of you guys were saying that my message was speaking like directly to you. Like, thank you so much. You have no idea. I'm going through something right now. This helped me. And I don't think that speaks so much to my message, but to how much all of us are like stressed all the time and going through all of these things that just just stress us out more than we should let them. We give all that kind of stuff more power than we really need to. OK Catholics disagrees about the zooming out thing. OK Catholic says, I prefer to zoom in and then collapse in on myself as I fall deeper and deeper into a panic attack. OK Catholics, okay, that sounds okay. Zoom all the way out and say life is good, this doesn't matter, or just zoom right in and say my problems are all that exist. That is not what I meant to happen. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for all of your comments. Leave any comments on this video or any of my videos if you have any questions about anything, and it can be about simple living or my faith or my personal whatever, because I'm keeping it all together on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.
Cup of Joe, without the job of jive. Cup of Joe, in a small town dive. Nothing could be finer than just sitting in a diner.
Love you, bye.